It's a common pastime these days, endlessly scrolling on social media. Whether you consider it a waste of time or your favorite source of entertainment, for me, there's one thing in my algorithm that always catches my attention: seeing a viral video that was made in St. Louis. Even better when it's about St. Louis. And that's exactly what David Lemon has accomplished.
Is this not the best view in all of St. Louis for a house?
I think what people want on vertical platforms more than anything is something real to connect with. And
If you don't recognize him here, you might recognize him from his catchphrase.
Hey, look, there's a house.
As a local realtor with a sports broadcasting background, David has gained quite the following on his social platforms over the past few years.
I thought I'd, dip into my bag of video tricks and just shoot a video a week of interesting properties around the city. Some of them my listings, the majority of them not. If people think I've had like 50 listings in the past 2 years. But I just find some properties in St. Louis beautiful and unique that need to be showcased more, because I think St. Louis has a lot more beauty than people give it credit for. And people seem to like that, They want to be entertained, but also somewhat educated.
I'm going to demonstrate just how big this garage is. I, for one, will not buy this house unless it has a gigantic blue elephant above a marble fireplace.
I've never felt more like a Disney princess in my life.
So David's natural sense of entertainment is obvious, but his expertise and passion about St. Louis is what's really driving his content. Not just with his Realtor channel, but with the podcast that he and his friends created called Overarching.
We talk about city economics, infrastructure, business, arts, all sorts of stuff around the city. That's why we called it Overarching. The goal in creating the show was to, yes, entertain people and be our ridiculous selves and talk about things like, hey, can we put a tram down Gravaway already? We're very passionate about the future of St. Louis.
Hey, look, I have all the answers and I can solve all the housing problems in St. Louis.
Yeah, that'd be really fun if that were true. But I do have some ideas on how...
It is important, it's so important to talk about the downfalls of St. Louis and to talk about where we need to find help. We can talk about crime in the city all day. Is it real? Yeah, absolutely. Is it as bad as everybody makes it out to be? No. Is St. Louis an incredible place to live and raise a family, even in the city limits? Absolutely. I've thought about things that every other person that grew up in St. Charles County thought, which is, man, I could go off and live somewhere else and probably, get my kid a better education in some city center, go someplace that seemingly has less crime. But that means I would leave and I would just give up on St. Louis. And I think that is one of the biggest issues, is people leave because they're giving up on St. Louis. Don't give up on St. Louis. It needs you.
For Living St. Louis, I'm Brooke Butler.